Congratulations, bro. You made it to the date, the first one. You were vibing, talking about bullshit, the election, her hobbies and stuff like that. Gave her a little side hug and she was on her way. You texted her, hey, I had a great time, so good seeing you. Hopefully we can do it again soon. You get back to your house, no response. You see she posted an Instagram story. Check your phone, still no response. And then eventually after a few days, you're like, yeah, she's gone. If that sounds like your life, there could be some things that you're doing that is making her get the ick to where she does not want to see you again. And since I do this for a living, I'm gonna break down the mistakes that I see guys do on these first dates that is hindering them from getting a second. Now, obviously guys, this video could be 3 hours long. There's so many things that you could do, but I'm gonna talk about ones that are very obvious. Number one, your body language. Now, I get it. You want to show her with your body language you're interested and you're invested. But you've heard that terminology, right? Women are like cats. When you try to chase them and be all over them, they run away from you. But when you are relaxed, they may start coming to you. So as far as your body language, guys, when you get to a date and you're sitting on a couch, don't immediately sit hip to hip, arm around her and lean in. Relax. You see, I've made this analogy before, but men are like light switches. Each date we show up at, we're down to smash. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts. We're down to take this back to Pound Town. But women, however, are like the volume knob. You gotta slowly turn them up. So when guys sit down on the couch, immediately arm around, freaking arm, hand on the thigh, all over her already, it makes her feel uncomfortable. That's why when I'm out on dates with the girl I'm with, I'm searching the room, I'm looking around, and sometimes I will see a guy arm on the couch, leaned in, while the girl is still talking to the guy over her shoulder, and stiff body language. Why? Because she is uncomfortable. This is how I want you guys to play the body language game. Let's just say you're on a bar stool, right? You guys will first sit down with your shoulders facing the bartender. As that woman starts to open her shoulders towards you, open her preferably shoulders and legs towards you, that's when you start making your moves. Why? Because she has shown you through her body language that she is ready to be seduced. Touched on the knee, maybe touched on the elbow, touched on the shoulder. This is your cue. But what happens is girls will sit down, not show them any signs that they're ready to be touched, and the guy already is touching and grabbing. And this just makes you look desperate. It makes you look thirsty, right? If anything, the woman wants to open up first. She wants to let loose first. Preferably wait till she at least finishes her first drink, right? If you guys are out having a drink at a bar. So look for the body language, guys. If she stays tight, shoulders away from you the whole night, maybe she's not that interested. But for me, when I go on dates, I do look for that positive body language, and they will. Not all girls are like that, bro. No, they will give you positive body language when they are ready to be seduced. So wait for that moment when her shoulders open up, her legs face towards you, and that's when you can start making your moves, breaking the touch barrier, and so on and so forth. The second thing I see guys do on these dates is they talk too much about the future, right? Maybe they're talking about, what do you want your marriage life to look like? Do you want kids? How many do you want? I want 3, right? You're kind of alluding to you guys being married or together for a long time. Again, this woman is still on the volume knob. She's still coming up and up and up and trying to meet you at your 10. Obviously, any girl you ask out, you're interested in. That's a given. But for her, she may be interested as well, but not as interested as you, right? Or else she just text you, screw this date, let's just go to your place, right? So the point is, don't talk too much about the future. And the biggest ick is when the date is over, you're like, hey, I really enjoyed your time, and would you be interested in doing this again? Like, don't ask her questions like that, guys. You're putting her on the spot. Of course, she's gonna say yes to your face and have you text her. And when you text her, she doesn't respond. So do your best to keep the conversation fun and playful. Guys, the whole marriage conversation and kids, that's usually something she has with her aunties, her sisters, her mother. When she's on a date with you, you should be like an escape. You should be like a vacation. When she hangs out with John, hangs out with Rob, whatever your name is, bro, it should be a vacation, an escape from reality. So avoid bringing up things that are too serious, right? Now, if she brings them up, of course, answer the question. But for the most part, talk about topics that are fun. Where are some places that you've traveled to? Any crazy stories from college, right? In the city, where you like to go eat at, like what are your favorite bars to go to? Keep the conversation fun, not serious. When you get too serious, now mind you, if she sees herself being serious with you, I guess it's not so wrong. But this girl does not see you long term. You're talking about marriage and kids and, what do you want in a boyfriend? Oh, I offer those things. Yeah, I'm definitely more this. She's like, ew, like I don't know you enough to be talking about the future so much. So relax, have fun, make conversation fun, and it's almost like when she's with you, it's a vacation or an escape, not so freaking serious. This next thing is for the person out there who doesn't really do well with conversation with women. He may got 1 to 3 questions in a max before he goes mute and doesn't know what to talk about. So if that is you, listen up. One thing that a lot of people who are kind of shy do is they do lots of what I call office talk. Oh, where'd you go to school? Oh, that's nice. Oh, you're in marketing. That's great. My friend does that. Like you guys just sit there and talk about stuff that you and coworkers would talk about at a networking event. This is a woman you want to be romantic with. So this may sound cringe, but I don't care. Even if you have to go on a website and put in interesting questions to ask a date, screenshot it, keep it in your phone. Just because I want you guys to be able to have conversation that doesn't revolve around the same corporate stuff that you and your colleagues talk about at the water cooler on your 15-minute break. Again, conversation should be fun. So talking about work a lot, talking about her job, talking about her degree. Guys, let me tell you something. You really don't care about that. Like you matched with her on a dating app or shot her a DM on Instagram or approached her in person because you found her attractive. You don't care about where she went to school. If she went to school at Harvard or a community college, it wouldn't matter. Right? So do your best to stay off of the office career world talk. Most people work jobs they hate anyway. Most people are not passionate about what they do. Now, if she's passionate about what she does, okay, maybe talk to her about it for a little bit. But to go into depth about her marketing job or go in detail about her receptionist job at a nail salon, she doesn't even care about it. So by you talking about it makes her feel like, dude, like, I don't care about it. This guy's obviously way more invested. So again, keep the office talk, career talk, degree talk back with your coworkers. You're out with an attractive girl, have fun, don't talk about that bullshit. And this next one is the opposite of the first, and that's the guy that is scared to escalate. Now, if you've been watching a lot of my videos, I've talked about this plenty of times, but if you don't escalate on this date, it's pretty much a homie hangout. Pretty much, I'm sorry. Now, escalating does not mean put your wiener and you know what, it just means going for a touch, right? Maybe sitting a bit closer to her, trying to let her know this is not a homie hangout, this is intimate. So when she does open up her shoulders and open up her legs towards you, now you start working your moves. You're touching the knee, you're taking it off. You're touching her elbow area and taking it off. You're touching her shoulder and taking it off, right? You're having more fun. You're breaking that touch barrier that allows her to know, okay, this guy's into me, right? Because I know what you're thinking, bro, I asked her on a date. Why wouldn't she not know that? The amount of times I've seen girls on TikTok and YouTube saying, oh, this guy asked me out and he didn't make any moves, so maybe he wants to be my friend. Like, that's how they think. So be transparent, touch, go for it. And I know a limiting belief that you guys have, because again, I do this all the time. I talk to you guys for a living. And the common trope is, hey, I don't want to come off like a creep. Well, guess what? If you don't make a move, she'll think you're a loser, gay, or that you just want to be friends. So which one's worse? I'd much rather be seen as a creep. Here's the thing. I don't even think going for the touch barrier makes me a creep. We matched on a dating app. That means she's physically attracted to me. Asked her out on a date. It's not a coffee. She knows this is gonna happen. Guys, you're acting like this is her first rodeo. She knows what's gonna happen. She's not stupid. She's not naive. So by you saying, oh, I'm not going to make a move, I want her to think I'm creepy, it's like, dude, she's just going to think that you're gay. She's going to think that, oh, you want to be friends. You don't want to be friends and you're not gay. And if you are, okay, but still, like, all in all, make sure you are making your moves on the date. You're going for that touch barrier. You're breaking it. You're going to a second location. Maybe you're breaking it there. Make sure that you go for it, because if you don't go for it, she may think that you're not that guy. And you are that guy, so make sure you make the move. And the last and final but obvious point why you may not have gotten a second date is because you fell for the okie doke. Yes, what girls will do is they'll pump fake on the date. They'll say, oh, I got it. And if you go, oh yeah, go ahead, please. She puts her card down, the waiter comes up or waitress picks up the thing, walks away, in her head, yep, not seeing this guy ever again. And you're thinking, but why would they ask? You see, guys, women love to test men, and they do it sometimes subconsciously. It's not like, hold on, let me test him real quick, but they do this. We've all been on the first date before and a girl offered to pay, and hopefully you didn't let her do it. But I've had girls tell me, yeah, I pump faked on a date. The guy said, okay, yeah, knock it out. She paid the bill and she never saw that guy ever again. So if you're having a great date and then she goes, hey, like, I'll pay for my half, or hey, I'll pay for it, don't let her. Don't let her do it, because she's just gonna use that against you to not see you again. I know that was an obvious one, but I had to throw in the pump fake, because girls will do that. If you take the bait and you jump when she pump faked, she's gonna think that, okay, this guy's not a person I want to spend lots of time with. So hopefully you guys enjoy my little rant about this whole second date thing. Of course, women are so, complex. There's so many other things you could have done to not get a second date. But those are my, my top 4 or 5. I'm not sure if I said 4 or 5. But you guys have a wonderful day. If you found this video useful and you want to get in contact with me, I have a group coaching where every single Monday we have a call at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'd love for you to join the call. The link for that will be down below. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.